Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. I am in the Near Disney YouTube studio. It's located right here in the town of Celebration. And this show is intended for people that are interested in knowing what's going on in the town that Disney built, Celebration, Florida, for the week of February 6th on. We do the show every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. And so if you're watching, if you can let me know that you're watching and maybe what village you're from, that will be something that Celebration people understand. But otherwise, if you're somebody looking to possibly move to Celebration, that's fine too. Just let us know if you don't mind where you're watching from, and that way I get a good idea of who's on and watching the show. So we're happy to report there's about 500 of you that are watching per week. Oh, great. Spring Park. Love Spring Park. And so I'm hoping that it's very helpful. What we do is we start out first with a really cool segment called Meet the Neighbors. Meet the Neighbors. And I can't wait for you to meet the neighbors tonight. And then we're going to go in to let you know what things are coming up this weekend Celebration so you don't forget about them. And then at the very end, I'm going to kind of give you a little clip in regards to what's been going on in the real estate market. Because I am a realtor here. I'm a founding resident with my family. But it's really important I think, for all of us to know what's going on with the market because it's one of your biggest investments that you have. And I'm more than happy to share that with you. And I can tell you there's been a lot going on. So please stay tuned so that you can see all of that. Oh, I do want to make sure we have a little jingle. I forget sometimes about this.
Information on Celebration.
I send a shout out to Jordan and Farah for that and Ashley because they've encouraged me to do a jingle. So thank you guys. Let's get into meeting the neighbors, Celebration, Florida. Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate, and we are doing a series talking about the wonderful neighbors that are near Disney. And so today we are in Celebration, Florida, and we are on a porch, and it's the Carlson's porch. We are very blessed that we have Ryan, and we also have Virginia Carlson.
Hey, everyone.
And so tell us a little bit about you guys. Tell us about your family. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we have been in Celebration for about 3 years now. We moved from France before moving here because of Ryan's job in the wine industry. We have 3 children. They are 14, 11, and 8. And they just love living in Celebration, love all the pools and the parks and the fun sports and being able to bike to school. So it's been a really great community for them to grow up in these past 3 years.
I'm originally from Washington, D.C. My wife is from Rhode Island, but we met not so interesting at work. We were both working in finance in D.C., and that was some years ago. Since then, we had 3 kids. We've been blessed to live a lot of different places, but ended up here for family reasons and just got stuck because it's a great place to live.
I love that. And you know what I love too, when I talk about what families are out and about doing, and if there's lots of choices and stuff. And so, you know, Virginia's a very good friend of mine, and they're always on the go. They're always doing some great things, right?
Yeah, that's the great thing about living in a place like Central Florida and Celebration in particular. There's a lot of things to do outside of the town as well. There's parks to go to, water parks, theme parks, as you know. There's a lot of lakes, so you can go boating. There's great restaurants. So there's just always something fun to do with the family. Very family-friendly atmosphere. It's great.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you have one of the best porches. I know you've talked about you enjoy sitting out on the porch, and you've got conservation in the front. You've got conservation behind your pool area.
Yeah, I love my porch. It's my favorite place to come in the morning and have my coffee and read my book.
Yeah. So what did you do for a living? That's a good question to ask.
Right now, I'm doing mostly wholesale brokerage and importing. I've been in the wine industry for about 20 years almost. All tiers. I've done manufacture, importing, distribution, and even retail. And I continue to do that on a few projects. I've got one thing that's interesting coming up. It's the Celebration Wine Company. It'll be a Celebration-themed private label. Starting off with a crisp porch pounder rosé, and I think that community is going to support it, and we're going to be launching any moment now, maybe next month. And so that's our latest thing.
You guys, you heard it here. I think
Yeah.
that's exciting because we know we have the Celebration Brewery that's coming probably in March, May, something like that.
Right.
So to have the Celebration Wine Company, I think it's going to be a huge, huge hit. So if you were to describe this wine to us and how much that you're going to provide at the beginning, because I'm sure it's going to sell out. I want to talk a little bit more about that.
We hope to see it grow. It's a limited run. We're going to just do a couple hundred cases to start. It's a dry, crisp, classic Provençal style, pale in color. It's a Grenache cab blend from Paso Robles, so it's appellation specific, and it should hit a price point of about $20 a bottle. The price to quality is phenomenal. We've tasted through dozens, if not 100 different samples to arrive at this, and we're very pleased with the blend.
Yeah, it's a delicious rosé that everyone will like.
Everybody's going to love that. You know, we just did an interview with the Downtown Diner in Downtown Diner Celebration, and they're going to be doing specialized burgers. They're called smash burgers, and we had talked about a bibbidi bobbidi boo burger, and I just think maybe a celebration wine like that would be like a huge hit. I would go in and want to order that for myself too. So
Definitely.
good for you guys. Good for you guys. So let's talk about legacy. Walt Disney this year is the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company. And what we have found is that we think that his legacy isn't just theme parks. We think it was him creating communities because Celebration, Lake Nona, Winter Garden, all these different towns within a 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle. And so if we were to ask you what type of legacy, and I kind of can almost hear it, especially when you're talking about creating a wine and having the Celebration label on that. You've got great kids. Obviously, people are going to say that. But what kind of legacy do you guys want to leave?
Yeah, I think that the Celebration Wine Company would be a great legacy to leave because I know that the community, everybody loves living here, and just having something that has the name Celebration in it will just kind of solidify everyone's love of being in the community.
Yes.
That's what I think.
So in this town, lots of great things happening, you know, and obviously we've only been around for about 26 years. But is there anything missing that the two of you would like to see?
Well, I would really love that beautiful space downtown, and I know a lot of people feel the same way, the movie theater space. So wouldn't it be great if it was maybe not another movie theater on the screen, but just a place to have live shows, live performances? Maybe a children's theater would be a great
Oh, I love
thing.
that.
I know that Winter Garden has a small stage for children's productions, and our daughter in particular is very interested in acting, and she's very gregarious, and I think that would be a really fun thing for kids to be able to get involved in. A small stage would be great.
I love that. Now, as we've been interviewing people, this is the second time that this has come up, yeah? So John Binkowski and his family, they recommended that we start really getting active on doing something in that theater. And now we've got the Carlson family saying the same thing. But what I haven't shared with you guys yet is that this is one of my special ones that lives in town. We have a realtor dream team. She's a realtor. She's phenomenal. So when Ryan was talking about what they're doing, on top of this and being a busy mom and whatnot, she is an expert realtor. And just, I think you champion families too in a big way on our team.
Yeah, definitely. I like to help people realize their dreams, especially ones with growing families, you know, finding the right community, finding the right home. It's definitely near and dear to my heart to help out people that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we do a show on Wednesday nights. It's called Wind Down Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And it's really my Realtor Dream Team. You guys bring up subjects every week that's going to help somebody to either buy or sell a home. And so I've really enjoyed it. And we have lots of people watching you. But if you haven't met her yet, her nickname on my team is called Cinderella. And she loves to run. So we say she runs out of her glass slipper, right?
This is true.
That's good. Well, thank you guys for joining us again. It's wonderful. And you guys live in South Village. We always like to kind of talk about all the different villages. And I'm excited about the wine that's coming out. And I'm just very happy that you guys are friends of ours.
Thanks so much. It was great.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Wasn't that great? Don't you just love meeting people that are in celebration? And it's kind of a cool note to know when you say, okay, they picked South Village. They're super excited about, the kids. There's all kinds of family activities that are going on in the Central Florida area. If you guys haven't had the opportunity, if you go to our Near Disney YouTube channel, you'll find more of Virginia on there. And we talk about a lot of activities that you can go and do during the day. So, for example, if you watched our Claremont video, you would see that there's a Southern Hill Farms that's out there. You can go out there for blueberry picking, strawberry picking, that type of thing. But you could also possibly see Winter Garden. So you live in Celebration, but it's kind of cool to know if you go to Winter Garden that you would see that there's a theater that they actually have there. And this theater idea keeps popping up in regards to what do a lot of these people, what are they looking for that we're missing right now? And as we know, we had a wonderful two-screen theater back in the early days. It's closed, and now everybody's looking to see what we should be doing with it now. And the suggestion keeps popping back up again that potentially maybe if one screen was movies and the other screen might be for, like, theater or just other things. So it's pretty cool. So anyway, just wanted to thank you again, Ryan and Virginia, your family, the Carlsons. I'm honored that she's on my team, and I'm excited about this Meet the Neighbors series that we're doing. But let's go on with our show here. Let's see what we've got. We've been working a good portion of the day to make sure that we are covering. Let's see what we've got that we want to talk about here first. Yep, let's share this. Okay, very good. So if you can see this, guys, know that Food Truck Friday is this Friday, February the 10th, and it's from 5 to 9 p.m. And there's going to be a movie this Friday night. So you bring your chairs out, you bring maybe a picnic basket, that type of thing. Lady and the Tramp is going to be showed at 6:30 p.m. and it is at the Great Lawn. For those of you that aren't familiar yet with language for Celebration, the Great Lawn is down by Lakeside Park in the main village. I've been there many times. I've sang for Easter services there. It's really great. It's a beautiful grassy area with some covering. You're within walking distance of a lot of the restaurants if you wanted to get some food and then walk it over there. By Lady and the Tramp and the Food Truck Friday is going to be there. And I know last time I talked about Food Truck Friday, people said, why didn't you mention some of the trucks? So let me do that. Let's see. It says Jazz J Eats. There's a Japanese food truck, Philly's Delights, Cloud9 Berries. There's Cutie's Cupcakery. There's a Latino one, a Brazilian one, K-Boss on Wheels, another Brazilian, a Barbecue Brazil Express. That'll make a lot of our friends from Brazil in particular happy. Betta's Pizza, Dalio's Hot Dogs, Gaucha Argentinian Empanadas, Jour de Crepe, Day of the Crepe, Churros on Wheels, Spud Stud, and Ripa Pela. So I hope I did the service right in telling you guys what's going on. So you don't want to miss out on Food Truck Friday. All right, what else is going on, guys? Let's see. We have got... Let's talk about, yes, hold on one second. We're going to talk about the February 17th. Yep, that's coming up. So let's share that with everyone. Hold on one second. And let's share about denim and diamonds. Share that screen so you can get some information on that. Here we go. So I love this. This has been an event that's been going on for several years now. The father-daughter dance is coming up, and it is scheduled for Friday, February 17th from 6 to 9 p.m. Tickets are $45 per couple and $10 for each additional child. So hopefully you can see on here. If not, this is where you go in order to get tickets. It is a Celebration resident event, but it is Celebration TH as in townhouse .square.site is where you go. But I would imagine that that is something that a lot of people know how to get a hold of, but a father-daughter dance. And I did read or hear something about maybe a mother-son dance, but if anybody has any official information on that, let me know, because I would definitely want to promote that as well. Okay, so now we don't want to miss out on talking about getting ready for the celebration. Celebration has a porch and yard sale, and it happens twice a year for those of you who have not had the opportunity to participate in something like that. And it's coming up on March the 4th. And the reason why I share that now is that many times it takes a good amount of time in order to prep for these things. So here we go. March 4th, porch and yard sale, Saturday, March 4th. So if you have a property, like say if you're in a condo and the condo does not allow you to do, obviously yard sale because you don't necessarily have the yard, you can go through town hall and there's table registrations. It's $15 per table. There also might be some people too that they just don't want to have it, I think, at their home. They don't have enough yard or what have you. You can go and register for $15 per table. You can also, and it says that it includes that includes advertising on the community announcements, and that provides a 6-foot rectangular table and 2 chairs. Okay. Yes. And you can reserve up to 2 tables at town hall per household. And it's $5 per household if you just want to be on a virtual map. So for those of you that need somebody, I've got 2 really great guys that I work with that, if some people are saying, gosh, I really would like to get some help on spring cleaning. Let me talk to you about that a little bit, because I have a suggestion, which I think a lot of you may not know about. There are a couple of very dependable guys that I work with in Celebration, because I'm a realtor, that might be very helpful to you. So if, say, you wanted to go through your home and have somebody move some things around for you, maybe move boxes or what have you, maybe go into a room and you point and say, I want this, I don't want that, take this away. I would say that Vitor and Omar are 2 guys that are in town that you can hire them per hour, and they can be super, super helpful. So I know there's a lot of people that have still stayed in their homes because with the pandemic and everything, and you might be feeling like things are getting a little overwhelming. I might be doing a video in regard to that. I don't know if you guys remember seeing a show where it was like you have a tarp in front of your home and you just take room by room, and you have I want to keep it, I want to donate it, I want to throw it away, right? And so it's kind of that concept, but with some help with some guys that have some muscle and they don't charge that much. And I really do think that it feels freeing when you can do that, especially when we've got wonderful things on our Celebration Facebook pages that we have. I know you're watching on my Celebration. Mine is called Celebration Porch, but obviously there's many others. There's one where it's a celebration donation type of thing. So even those of you who don't like just being like, I just don't want to give it away, maybe if you knew you were donating it to somebody that's local or somebody that's in need, sometimes that makes us feel better about, right sizing. Right sizing is what we call it. All right, so we also want to make sure everybody is aware of something. Let's get this up on the screen so you can see it as well. Give me 1 second. Here we go. All right, so for those of you that aren't aware, there are meetings, the Celebration Foundation, because I get this question a lot. What's the difference between the Celebration Foundation, CROA, that's the Celebration Residential Owners Association, and the CCDD. The CCDD stands for Celebration Community District Development. And a lot of that, what they're involved in, they may be doing things like you go to them when sidewalks need to be taken care of, or there's different vertical lines in regard to what each group is going to be responsible for. So they have a meeting typically about once a month, and they're just letting everybody know that the next meeting, it's called Community Connections, is going to be March 10th. It's at 3 p.m. It's free to everybody to go. But I really do think if you've just moved into Celebration or haven't had the opportunity to see what everybody does, it's really a good opportunity for you to go. Now, it's going to be at the Celebration Community Development District office. And this is going to sound a little odd because the address there is 313 Campus Street. So you would think you would see it when you're driving on Campus Street, but no. The CCDD office would be, you would drive back behind the Celebration Library. There's a street that goes back there. If you haven't gotten the chance, there's a lot of special events that are now starting to happen back there. That's also where the Celebration Dog Park is. And the CCDD office is back there. Now, they do ask, because it's limited space, there's only so much space that's available, but you can call 407-566-1234, 407-566-1234. Don't you love how Celebration, the Town Tavern phone number is 407-566-CLAM. I always thought that was, and Celebration Golf is 407-566-GOLF. So good for these people that were very clever on that kind of stuff. All right. So what else do we want to make sure we report on? We've got a couple more things that I want to make sure that you're aware of. If you haven't had the opportunity to meet my girlfriend, Christine Strobe, she is amazing. Let me get to her next, because otherwise I think I've got this screen up as well. This is exciting as well. Let's present. We want to present this. If I can get it up on the screen. Da, 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 da. I think I can. Let's see. Yes, I think you might be able to see it. So we are exploring the opportunity, because if you guys remember, one of our Meet the Neighbors was the wonderful Kevin and Suzanne O'Donnell. They have the beautiful home that's at the corner of Waterside and Celebration Avenue. They decorate it. It's so beautiful every month, and they are just very giving people. So if you haven't gotten a chance to see that video, please go to our YouTube channel and check it out. But one of the things that they are very well known for is sports kind of stuff, right? So they've announced that they would like to explore and see if there's interest. Celebration Girls softball. It's that fast pitch softball. And I got a great education from them that there is an opportunity when young girls between the ages of 5 to 16 go through a program that they have. Many of them have gotten college scholarships, to the point of, with all the different areas that they work, over $10 million in scholarships was given last year. So to have that type of resource and for them to volunteer to start something like that, I just think it's incredible. So if you go to the Celebration Porch Facebook page, you will see an entry form for Celebration Girls softball, right? So please go on there, or feel free. You can text me as well. Whoops. You can text me as well if you have a young one that might be interested in doing that, because my heart is all for our kids, especially if I know they're going to possibly be in a organization that's going to help them possibly get college scholarships. So I applaud the O'Donnells, and I want to do everything possible that I can to help them. Okay, let's see. Yes, there was another item that I wanted to talk about. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it up actually, I think I might be able to. But there's this lovely woman by the name of Christine Straub, and she does something that I don't know that a lot of people, I know a lot of people go, but I'm not sure that everybody has known that she's making it available to everyone. So if you look at, let's give this a whirl, see if I can get this up. Yep. So my sweet girlfriend, Christine, what she does is It's called Ladies Who Lunch, and it's a potluck. It's pretty awesome. They have a lot of people that come to this. It's February 25th. It's at 10:30 a.m. They request that you bring something for the potluck, and this upcoming event, they are asking to bring a wrap gift to exchange. And it's at the address. Let me give you the address if you can't see it up here. It's 1504 Hubbard Court in Celebration. This is brunch and bubbly, brunch and bubbly. So don't you love living? Look, here's an example of, look how many women were there. Isn't that fantastic? And so don't you just love being in a community where people just take it upon themselves to help everybody get to know one another? And that area is Artisan Park. So thank you, Christine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Any questions so far, guys? I see you still hanging in there with me. And Amanda Martin wanted to say hello as well. Cinderella is on. Cinderella, who's my Virginia Carlson, she's on. I'm very proud of her as well. And so thank you, guys. So the last part of the program that we like to talk about, let me see if I can move this over so you can see it. I'm going to share it with you guys right now. This is what's going to show you what's going on in the real estate market this past week in Celebration. And we're going to share the screen. Here we go. So, is it still a seller's market? Is it still a seller's market? Yes. And if you haven't had the opportunity, on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m., my dream team, my Realtor dream team, they are doing reports every week to help everybody. And what we found out, actually, Cinderella actually had shown a resource that says there's more people moving into Florida than any other state in the country right now. But can you guess what state is the state where the most people are leaving? The most people are leaving. So if anybody knows the answer to that, and guess, look, I've got this cute, actually, Adrian Perez answered the question from last week from Downtown Diner Celebration. Don't forget about them. They're great. They're open from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. now. But he won one of these. But this is a cute little cup you can put in a swimming pool, and it floats, and it has a little pink flamingo. So if I see anybody answering here, but guess what state most people are moving out of right now, right? And you know it's not Florida because everybody's moving here, right? Okay, so while I'm looking for that answer, this is pretty interesting, guys. So let's say if we have 54 listings total in Celebration. Most of you know I've been here since the beginning. I've been a realtor since the beginning, and I would tell you that a normal number of listings that we have for sale have been around 400, around 400. So for me to be talking about 54, 55 in total, that tells you inventory is really, really low. And people want to move to Celebration. Everybody wants to move to Celebration, the town that Disney built, right? So this past week, this is just 7 days. 7 days, that's it. So we've only had 9, you can see where it says active, only 9 properties that are a new listing. It's in the last 7 days. 9, okay? So if you can see me, 9. Now, pending is what you really want to look at. Now, look at all of these pendings, all these properties that are going off of the market and all the solds. So if you have 9, because it shows 32 properties have been doing some type of movement in the last 7 days, 32. Now, remember, I was telling you the total might be 54. So that's a huge amount that's being having an impact on, right? So if you go and look and say there's 15 pending properties and 9 active, you can see very quickly, right, that a lot more is coming off of the market than going on the market. Yep. The most expensive property that took a contract in the last 7 days was a property back in Artisan Park. Congratulations, Bob Gaitis. It was listed at $1,499,000. Very nice house back in Artisan Park. So, and then you look at all the solds. You've got 3, 6, 7 of them sold. So we definitely, you guys are still in a seller's market. Is anticipated that we will continue to be in a seller's market. If there's ever anything that we can do, like if you text me at 1-800-KIM-HAWK, you just put your address in there and say, Kim, I'd just like to get a general idea of what you think my property is worth. More than happy to do that for you. No obligations. Sometimes it's just good to have a gauge in regard to potentially what your property might be valued at, so you know what you're looking at. And for those of you that are in a position where you're like, my house now is just too big and you want to right size, please call me. If for those of you that your family's growing and you need more space, please call me. My team is ready and able and excited to work with you, get the best situation we can for everybody. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Thank you, Daniela. I want to thank once again Dee Bellavati, my YouTube producer. There's nobody better. It's just an honor for me to work with him. And I really love this Meet the Neighbors. To me, it just shows what people are saying, what they like their legacy to be. It shows us what type of wonderful quality, beautiful people that we have and that live in the town of Celebration. And so if you see them walking on the street or whatever, you will be able to say hi to Ryan and Virginia Carlson and let them know that you got to see the video on their family and their kids. All right, so I don't want to keep you too long. I know it's about, we're over 30 minutes, and I did promise that I would try to keep this to 30 minutes. If you have any requests, you can always text me at the telephone number, let me know. But otherwise, we will see you Wednesday night, or actually my team will see you this Wednesday night. And then this Friday, we have a special video talking about themed rooms. Themed rooms. You're going to see some cool stuff, and you're going to meet a nice young man named Kadu who was visiting some of these themed short-term rentals with us. All right, but otherwise, I'll see you next Monday, and we'll be talking quite a bit. Oh, don't forget to make your Valentine's plans because that's coming up as well. All right, guys, have a great night.